What is up, everybody? How are we doing? It is Tuesday. I know I'm not usually here on YouTube on Tuesday, but I got a day off and I figured, well, I'm going to come and hang out with you guys. So, figured I would do a little pop up live. And before I get into the chat and say hello to some people, let me know your cruise countdown. What is your cruise countdown? Put it in the chat because we're going to do a little cruise countdown roll call here in just a little while. So thank you for everybody that has come on in on this little pop-up live. We are going to go over a bunch of things today in such a short amount of time. Only going to steal an hour here from you guys. But we are going to go over where I'm going on my next cruise, the port, and the cruise itself. I'm going to answer some questions about that. We are going to go into a little bit about why YouTube growth as a creator has been so hard lately and what you can do to combat that if you are a creator. And then I'm going to end it with a little spicy Amazon Prime top 5 must-have. Because today is Amazon Prime Day. So I figured why not round up the things that I use the most on my cruises and on my travel excursions and share them with you guys. And I have links and I have all of that. So before we get into that, let's hop into the chat and say hello to everybody that has come on in. So hello, Uncle Dave. How are you? Yo, Scott. Hello, hello. I'm actually going to be able to meet up with Uncle Dave in just about a month for the cruise, my next cruise. He's not going on that cruise, but we're going to be meeting up, so I'm excited for that. Let's see here. Cruise Nuts. How we doing, my friend? Hello, hello. My good friend Warmstrong Adventures. Hello, hello. He's going to be the mod general today, so thank you very much for modding here for me, Mr. Warmstrong. Let's see who else we have. It's cruising. It's fun anytime. Hello, Cheryl. Thank you for coming on in. Randasita. Good day, y'all. Well, hello, Randasita. Hello, hello. Marjorie Ambrose. Hello, hello. Controversial cruising. Hello, hello, hello. Remember also, guys, as we're going through this, please put down your cruise countdowns. If you have a cruise booked, I want to know how long that cruise is for you. So, see. Oh, House of X. Hello, hello. How are we? Controversial cruising fam. House of X. Thanks for coming on in. Chat is going fast today. Let's see. Oops. We're going to get back. We're going to get back to this. Make sure I don't miss anybody. Here we go. Hello, Ross. How are we? Orange Cone Vlog. Howdy, everybody. Okay, cool. So let me go back up here. I think everybody that has come in here is in the chat. So let me get down to some cruise countdowns. So I have just about 30 days. Well, not about, but 30 days until the Carnival Valor out of New Orleans. So we're going to do a little cruise countdown roll call in the chat here. See if anybody is lower. I believe there are some people that are definitely lower than I am. Let's see if anybody is in KMA territory. Cruising is fun anytime. It says 18 days until her and Jeremy go on a cruise. That is awesome. House of X says 159 days. Well, It is soon coming, my friend. I know it's over 100, but once it gets to 100, it just kind of goes really fast after that. Let's see, anybody else? Oh, Randa Sita has 16 days. Are you and cruising is funny anytime? Going on the same cruise? Might that be the same cruise? I know Warmstrong has a cruise too as well, and is actually going out of the same port that I am, New Orleans, but he is going just a few weeks or a week or two earlier than I am. However, tomorrow, here we go, Warmstrong. Tomorrow, Warmstrong and I will be doing a live about New Orleans and all of the tips, since this will be his first time cruising out of New Orleans. And I think I have cruised out of New Orleans a dozen times, 13 times, 12, 13 times, something like that. Well, I absolutely love New Orleans. I'm going to give you guys all the tips on tomorrow's show, Wednesday live at 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock PST and 7 o'clock EST. So let's see here. Ross says 313, 383, and 781 days. Well, let's hope they go really quick, my friend. Those are quite far away, but once they get past 100 or under 100, they go really fast. Other weird. Armstrong says 18 days until that blues cruise, I believe. Hey, traveling fools, how we doing? How we doing? Yo, yo, yo. I don't know if you have a cruise booked, but if you do or do not, please, if you do, please put the countdown in the chat. Uncle Dave will be on the Valor too in 122 days, going out in New Orleans. And yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about New Orleans. If anybody has a few questions about New Orleans that aren't too in depth, that are going to give away any of my secrets for tomorrow's live, I'll definitely answer that. But I love New Orleans. I love the Southern hospitality when you go down to New Orleans. I love the food when you go down to New Orleans. The vibe is just very different. And I will say, and here is one thing that I'm sure if you've ever cruised out of New Orleans, you realize this. It is very diverse. When you get on a New Orleans ship, you may see people from other countries that travel to New Orleans to get on the Valor. Now, however, if you were to go, let's just say, out of Galveston, 99% of the people that are on the ship sailing as guests are from Texas. So if you introduce yourself, most likely, and you're going out of Galveston, you don't even say the state, you just say the city or the town that you are from, because mostly everyone is from Galveston. So that is the one unique thing that I like about New Orleans, that you get such a diversity when you sail out of New Orleans. I have never been on the Valor. The Valor will be a new experience for me. I have been on that class ship before, but I have never been on the Carnival Valor. When I went out of New Orleans before, I've been on the Elation and the Dream, my favorite ship of all time. If any of you have ever been on the Dream, I love the Dream. But yeah, since both of those have now moved out of New Orleans, I'm going to take the Carnival Valor. And this is going to be kind of a special trip. So this is kind of going into like my second segment. But the reason why this is going to be so special is because you're going to start to see this on my channel. I'm going to bring a first-time cruiser with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a point of view through his eyes, right? And I've got permission from him from this, and you're going to hear me. You're also going to be introduced to him, but you're going to hear from a first-time cruiser point of view in this vlog, how I was taking him through this, his experiences. And once I get back I'm going to interview him on my channel. It's my buddy Keone. He has been in the chat a few times. And this is really going to be special for me because as you can see how worked up I'm getting already, this is what I'm most passionate about. I love bringing first-time cruisers on cruises that eventually open up and text me or call me and say, hey, I'm ready. I'm finally ready to go on a cruise with you, because everybody knows in my circle of friends here on YouTube, everybody knows I love cruising. So when they're finally ready, they know who to call, right? So when Keone finally called me and said, Hey, I'm ready. I have the perfect cruise for you right now. I have a 4-day cruise going from New Orleans to Cozumel and back. Super, super slow, right? Like, he's not worried about getting seasick, but anybody first time cruiser usually could be a little worried about getting seasick. And a 4-day cruise. He's a little bit younger than me, so he's like 28. It's kind of a party cruise. So this is going to be kind of a little getaway for both of us. Also, a first little toe dipper for him to see if he likes cruising. Don't worry, he'll like cruising. And also for me to be able to show the world how amazing it is to be able to bring somebody on a cruise. And in that point of view, even though it's just Cozumel. I have really good friends that live in Cozumel, so I'm really excited to see her. She's going to take us out. We're going to hang out in the port. So I'm really excited. Keone's really excited. We're at our 30 days exactly. We're going to go a day before, experience New Orleans. Going to get to meet Uncle Dave. I believe the Traveling Gilberts are going to come down there. A few other people may come down. So I'm really excited. I haven't been to New Orleans. I think in 2023. We're now 2019, I think, was the last time I was in New Orleans. Wow, that's a long time. So yeah, I'm excited. Cruising is fun. Anytime. Let's see here. Yes, love NOLA. I love NOLA too. I absolutely love NOLA. But 22 days till Austin. Austin is cool. I've been there once. 52 days till Orange County. I have some family there. And 112 days till Toronto. Non-group cruise. Okay. And 127-day work trip. You are all over, my friend. Orange Clone Blog. I won't corrupt my friend, but he will definitely, I will tell you, 110% absolutely fall in love with cruising. So I can't wait. I'm gonna share it as it happens, vlog by vlog, and yeah. So we have 30 days until that. I don't think we have anybody in KMA territory. So the KMA territory is Kiss My Beep, and that is 10 days or under. I think Branda Sita holds the lowest in this chat of the 12 or 13 people that are here. She is 16 days. So there you go. There you go. That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, another little topic I wanted to get into, since we have a lot of content creators in here, and this has been a hot topic. I've been talking to some content creators as well as some viewers as well, but kind of the stunt in growth in your YouTube channel, right? And how you can combat that and what you can do as a YouTube creator, right, to kind of grow organically and get, let's say, some new following or some new eyeballs on your channel. So if anybody has any tips, please put them in the chat. But what I really think uh, the community in general, and not just the cruising community, because I watch different communities on my own on YouTube. I just think the lack of original creativity, right, is kind of stunting a little bit of that YouTube growth for people, right? And it's not necessarily that you're copying somebody if you take somebody's idea, right? Perfect example. I'm going to give you an 110% example, so you don't think that I'm just talking out of my butt, right? I started a Thirsty Thursday trivia with Embarkation Nation, and it is one of my favorite things to do each week. However, that original idea didn't come from me. I saw Griswold Family Adventures, Danny, and I've given him credit. He showed me Kahoot, right? I said, I think I can bring this to the cruising community, do it a little differently. Danny does it definitely different than I do, but he uses Kahoot. So I paid credit to him showing me Kahoot. And I said, I'm not going to create the wheel. I'm going to go and give a different spin on trivia. And now Embarkation Nation and myself make it like a trivia where you would come on a cruise. You would show up to Friends trivia, or you would show up to 80s and 90s trivia. You would show up to 70s TV commercials, 70s, 80s TV commercials, which we're doing this week. So we're trying to make it fun. We're trying to make it different. We're trying to make it more of an entertainment value, right? Because that's kind of what we're coming to YouTube for, to be entertained, whether it's live, whether it's long form, whether it's short form. We want to be entertained. So I think a little bit of that creativity without having to feel like you're copying somebody. You don't have to recreate the wheel. There's only so many tools we have out there, right? But the biggest tool, right? The biggest tool that we forget is right here in our brain. So if anybody has anything to say on YouTube growth, right? I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm a genius. I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm a know-it-all, right? I think the best thing is we can learn from each other, right? And that story right there, right? I learned from Danny. I participate in his trivia. He actually has a trivia coming up tomorrow. I hit notify, so I will be there and hanging out. But I mean, I just think that if you put your creativity, and everybody has that creativity hat, bucket, whatever you want to call it, right? And if we just tap into that a little bit, right, and say, what can we give our audience, right, of value? I just think that's where the new eyeballs come from, the value that you're giving up front that we all have. We all have some superpower. We're all knowledgeable about something. Hey, Scratch and Pete, he knows how to scratch tickets like a absolute boss. So I mean, we all have a superpower. And hello, Scratch and Pete. So, but yeah, I don't want to get into that too long because we do have a very special segment, and I did save it for kind of last because today is. Does anybody know what today is? No, my title gives it away. But does anybody know what today is? Has anybody bought anything from a certain platform? And no, it's not Timu. It's not Timu. No, it's not Timu. Has anybody bought anything? It is Amazon Prime Deal Day. So, in lieu of that, since I'm going on a cruise and so many of you guys are going on a cruise, some of you guys have a lot longer than others. However, we are all going on a cruise. So I figured I would share my top 5 items from Amazon that I use. Now, I'm not just going to show pictures. I actually have them all right here. We're going to go through them. And it's Amazon Prime Deal Day. So let me just kick it off with this. And I am drinking today, to let everybody know, sparkling Trader Joe's salsa. So actually, not a beer. But I don't know. I'm addicted to bubbles. Anybody else addicted to bubbles? Okay, so let's kick this off. Amazon Deal Day number 1. And all of these have some sort of discount in some aspect. It's a little percent off or a couple dollars off. And Warmstrong is going to be so nice to drop the link individually as I talk about these. But I think number 1, and not in necessarily any order, because I'm going to give you 5 or 6, and I think you should get them all. So it's not necessarily in any order. But, of course, different importance to different people. So I have long distance 2-way radios. Now, the reason why these work so well, I'm going to show you, and I have used them before, is because look how small they are. They are very, very tiny, and you don't even have to carry them on you, but I mean, they fit in your pocket. They do give you a little belt clip, which I don't think works too well, but the belt clip, I kept it in my pocket or I kept it in the room. Now, the idea here is if you don't buy the Wi-Fi package, or even if you do and the Wi-Fi on your boat stinks, you always have contact with your roommate or your kids or your spouse or whoever you're deciding to cruise with. So I think these are the absolute best. I've also tested these on the Carnival Sunshine from the very, very front of the ship. My roommate went, and I went all the way to the very, very back of the ship, and we can hear ourselves crystal clear. So I brought these actually on the Sunshine twice. I brought them on the Luminosa. Brady didn't want to use them. Uncle Brady was like, those are ridiculous. Okay. But anyway, I think these are an absolute must-have. And they come in handy, and they're super small. They're smaller than your cell phone. Honestly, they're smaller than my phone. I can't show you. But yeah. So Bill will have that 2-way in there, and you guys can see it. I believe it's like $40 for both of these. Super cheap, $35. I forget all the prices, but I know they're all on sale. So That's my number one right there. Let's see, number two. Oh, this one's a good one. This one's a good one. Okay, they're all good, but this one is a travel adapter. Now, if a lot of you have cruised on different cruise lines, you know when you get into the room, right? There are not always all American plugs. There are sometimes European plugs because a lot of these ships are European. So this is what they call a travel adapter. So you will plug this into one of the weird little plugs back there, and this basically makes the entire block usable as a plug-in, as a USB, uh, and it's like $10. So I mean, buy two of them, honestly, and they're on sale today too. So I mean, and this in particular, because I've had a few of these, and a couple of them really stink, and they are not with me anymore. They're in the garbage because of that. So this right here, freaking awesome. And even if you travel to, a lot of hotels will have those weird European plugs. There you go. So business people or people that travel a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, this one. This one I use whether I'm cruising or not. And I know a lot of you have seen me use this in a lot of my lives. So it is my Frost Buddy. Now, I know a lot of you look at this and say, it's just a tumbler. Now, hold on. Not just a tumbler, right? However, you're able to pop your drink in here, right? It sits in here and it keeps it cold. And you say, okay, wow, right? But it doesn't just fit drinks that are this size because it has a metal insert, right? That you can now fit a Monster in or something larger. And it also doubles as a tumbler. So if you wanted coffee, which I made coffee on the Luminosa in this, I washed it out, and I also bought the top. It did come with a wonderful reusable straw, but my last roommate decided that that was going to go with her. So yeah. However, nice tumbler, and it is keeps things hot, keeps things cold, and I love it. I use it when I'm home. I think it's awesome. They have multiple designs. You don't even have to get this cool looking tropical house design that I have, but they have tons of different designs. They're coming out with new designs by the day. They just came out with a Halloween line. Their customer service is freaking awesome too. Even if you buy off Amazon, their customer service, they back their customer service because they're that awesome. So I love Frost Buddy. I had another one of these. I ended up giving it to a buddy who fell in love with it from cruising, and I just gave it to him. And this is the one that I decided to keep. So Frost Buddy, if anybody is wondering, I'm telling you, this is the best. I've had this thing for now 2 years, 3 years, 2.5 years. Yeah, comes on every cruise with me, goes on every trip with me, and I use it more during the week than I would probably like to admit. However, on to the next. Let's see. Oh, this is for the packing part of our trip. Now, I know this is kind of a controversial item because I know some people love and hate these. However, packing, okay? This thing is not even probably half full. Probably half full. And I know it looks a little bit more than half full, but you can layer things and you can put things here. It gets really, really big. There is two different other sizes that I got with this. The roommate decided to also take the smaller one, and I have lost the middle size one. So now I just have the really big one. But the one that I am showing here has a few of them. I've lost them, but this thing saves you so much room in your suitcase. I mean, I just threw a few of the meat and potato items that I told you that I always bring on my cruises. And I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10 pieces of clothing just in here already, right? And like I said, it wasn't even half full. So I'm sure you can probably get like 20 things of clothing in here. Actual clothing, not like, underwear and undershirts and things like that. But actual clothing, you probably get like 20 things just in the big one. So yeah, packing cubes, I think they're 110% worth it. I battled with it for a long time. I hated them for a long time. But I'll tell you the super technique: don't fold, roll. Yep, roll. If you roll it, you get a lot more space out of these packing cubes than you would think. When I folded them, I thought it was absolutely stupid because it was, well, it was the same size. It took up the same amount of room. Well, go figure. So yeah, roll it. Packing cubes, I think they are 110%. So that's that. Okay, let's see. I am. Oh yeah, these two. So these two are going to go hand in hand, and I will tell you why they go hand in hand. And I think you should get both. One is a travel portable neck fan. Now, this thing has 3 speeds, right? You would put it on here. It is also dead. Wonderful. You put it on here, right? And the vent, as you can see as I come up close, right, will keep you cool when you are traveling. This is great on an airplane. This is great on the Lido deck. This is great in port. This is great waiting on those lines where there is a million people and everybody is standing on top of you and you have your neck fan and you are cool because this is only like 17 bucks. Yeah, get one of these. And again, you can bring it to sporting events. This is not just cruising. However, this always goes on cruises with me. It starts the trip off with me because you would not believe those little on the airplanes. Yeah, they stink. So 110% neck fan. And on top of that, for people like, I don't want to wear this thing, I know everybody, and whether you want to admit it or not, you bring some sort of fan with you on your cruise because the air conditionings are kind of sort of subpar. And or you're just like me and you sweat picking up a pencil. So you have to sleep in like 68-degree coolness in order to survive. Yeah, that's me. Uh, and this guy right here, comfort zone in particular, right? And the reason why I'm referring this one is because look at this little bed clip down here. You would just clip this on your little nightstand in Carnival or wherever, right? And now this little bad boy, once you plug it in, of course, is giving you all of the comfort zone. And again, both of these are like 17 bucks. So I mean, come on, honestly, this is a no-brainer. I think this should be number one, to be honest with you. If I'm ranking any of them, well, not probably the plug, but this is number 2 right here, 110%. So I love all of those items. Let me see, do I have any bonus items? Well, I have a few bonus items. I have a few bonus items. Well, I'll let you guys digest that and I'll put all that. Let's see. Thank you, Bill, too, as well. I appreciate you for my little Amazon rant here. I think I have 2 more. I'll give the chat a look over here. Again, thank you, Bill, for staying on top of that and posting those links. Social media, your Instagram reminded me to pop over. Oh yes, thank you. I made that funny CapCut story. Read to see it. I appreciate that. Let's see. Ross says, I don't worry about growth. It happens when it happens. It's a hobby for me, not a priority for me to get monetized. I believe the same thing. I really don't focus on the numbers too much. I definitely take a look at them. But I believe if you are creating content that is of value to your audience and you are really taking a chance to sit back and not only look at the numbers, but also look at what your audience really wants and create content around that. I think, like Ross said, monetization is just the cherry on the top. So 110%, my friend. Dave says, love trivia night. It's coming up, Uncle Dave. 70s, 80s, and 90s commercials. And then I believe probably a cruising trivia. Prime Day. My wife knows what day it is, Traveling Fool says. Well, what did you get, Traveling Fools? Share with us in the chat what you or your wife got for your next cruise or your next vacation. That's kind of funny. And Bill said some links are too long to post, but they will be in the description and I do appreciate that as well. I think the only other bonus item that I'm going to give here before I wrap this up is this right here. And this is really for my social media content creators, for anybody who has a social media following, anybody who is trying to grow a channel. This is a digital business card. I chose to wear this here. Bill, you don't have this link, so I will put this in myself. But this is a company called Popple. Now, I have been through the business card, digital business card with them. I have had this, I have had the necklace. When I drop this link, I think every content creator, I think this makes it so much easier because we've all been in that situation where you meet somebody, and even if you're not a content creator, you meet somebody and you want to exchange socials with them, right? You have to have, oh, I have to have you open up your phone, right? You have to open up your phone. What's your social? What's this, right? That alleviates all that. All I have to do is have that person, this is that person, right on top, and boom, you can see it popped up already, right? And it just says NFC tag and has all of my different tags on there that I want available. And the great part about it is too, and I'm looking for the link. The great part about it is that you can block any link that you want. So let's say you're going to a social event and for some reason you don't want this social event to have your Facebook. You can go on Popple on the app and just block out your Facebook for that event. So I will drop Popple here. I think it's great for everybody to have. I think it's easy. Again, you can choose your form of however you would like to get Popple, whether it's a card that you keep in your wallet. They make keychains now. They make guy keychains. They make girl keychains. They make almost everything. And the concept is basically the same thing. It is an NFC tag that will grab your socials, and it is a digital business card. So let me drop that in the chat before we end up here and get back to my own live. But I think Popple is a great tool for anybody that wants to exchange social media and not have to be in that moment of, oh, let me break open my phone and have to boom, nice and easy, and it's done. Okay, so in the wrap up here, I will drop the link once my uh, YouTube decides to go. But I'm going to end this here pretty soon. I just want to let everybody know that Embarkation Nation in just about a half an hour here will be live. And I want everybody to go on over there and raid Controversial Cruising Embarkation Nation over on her live. She is going to be live with Destination Fun, Embarkation Nation, and Destination Fun. So please go on over there and CC raid for me if you don't mind. I will CC raid here. Once you get over here, I will put this in the chat too as well, putting that Popple link here. Oh, I did not give you that one. What's this here? The Popple link is where you guys can get all of your cool social media and digital business card, whatever you decide and whatever you choose. I just think it's so easy and it's so handy. You can have your phone number in there. You can have Facebook, you can have Instagram, you have TikTok, you can have your YouTube. I mean, it's awesome. And anybody who pops you, that's what they call it, popping. Anybody who pops you, you get their information too as well. They have a chance to either put it in or they can block it too, but mostly once they pop, it's automatic. So you have all your contacts as far as your Popple, whoever you meet, as far as business wise, and it's super like inexpensive. It's $20 or something like that. I think the code is, I don't know, it will give you a discount once you click on the link or whatever. But super easy, super fun. I can't thank you guys enough for coming and hanging out here with me. I won't steal any more time from you guys. I think I have updated you as much as possible. The only thing that I will leave you with, there are some exciting things coming to my channel here. I am starting a second wing of my podcast, my half-hour rush hour cruising podcast. I am now going to start some interviews of some channels, not just cruising channels, but I'm going to bring channels of widespread on there, not just to grow, but to ask them some cool and different interview questions that I think people haven't taken a spin on yet. So there's going to be some cool interviews on my podcast. Again, I go live on Wednesday with Warmstrong at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. EST. Thursday with Embarkation Nation for our Thirsty Thursday travel and cruise trivia at again 4 p.m. PST and 7 p.m. EST. And that is all for now. I can't wait to share my vlogs with you guys from New Orleans. I can't wait to go and meet a few of the people that I'm going to meet in New Orleans. I can't wait to take Keone on his first cruise, to show you guys that. And yeah, I can't wait to see you guys again. So thanks so much for coming in, hanging out with me, guys, giving me 30, 35, 40 minutes of your time. If you guys go over to Embarkation Nation and Destination Fun, please give us a CC rate to let them know you are over there. Again, Bill, thanks so much for modding like a boss and staying on top of all those links to provide all the people the top 5 things that Amazon Prime has for them today for their next cruise. So again, thank you for everybody for coming in. Traveling Fools, hello CNS Travel, thanks for coming in. I am popping off here. I appreciate you coming on in. I appreciate everybody coming on in. And everybody have a wonderful Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye.